Any opposed? Minutes been approved. Next item on the agenda is PA 23-00004, Myers Estate third plat, final plat for property location at southeast corner of West 67th Street and Farley Street. Mr. Dyer, would you like to give a presentation?
Yes, I will. Thank you, Chair. And again, good evening, Commissioners. Just real quick, I just want to remind everybody the reason we're doing this via Zoom is because you all modified your bylaws to allow meetings such as this, short ones that have items that are not public comment items, public hearing items. You allowed the ability to do these via Zoom, and last month during our discussion, you determined that it would be the most efficient use of everybody's time to have this via Zoom. So that is the reason why we're doing this. So I'm going to share my screen and go over the one item we have for this evening. It is a plat. There we go. Everybody hopefully can see my screen now. If you can't, please let me know. So as mentioned, it's a plat on 67th Street. It's at the corner of southeast corner of 67th and Farley. 67th on the top here. Farley is over here to the west. This here is Turkey Creek. Over here on the other side, down here is the Merriam Public Works facility. Up here is the lumber yard, and then further up here is a facility that has a number of different uses in it, such as a soccer facility, automobile repair facility. So the purpose of this plat is, as you can see, there's a number of parcels that are all outlined in blue. The purpose of this plat this evening is to to facilitate the transfer of property amongst three different property owners. The property owners are Mr. Webb, Johnson County Wastewater, and Dirk Van Keppel. Mr. Van Keppel, I think you're all familiar with him. He was going to be here this evening. I don't see him here yet. He owns the majority of this property. Johnson County Wastewater owns the property up over here in this area. Mr. Van Keppel owns these properties here, and then Mr. Webb, through his LLC, owns these properties up here, located up here. Here is the plat. So north here is up. Now that I've switched screens, north here is to the left. So 67th Street is now over here. Farley is down here. The plat we divided into Lot 1, which would be the largest area. Ultimately, Mr. Webb will own this property. He has indicated his intentions to expand his current use of automobile storage of operable vehicles. He will be coming back later, actually next month. He's scheduled next month for that special use permit for your all's review. Johnson County Wastewater will own this lot here. They have the purposes of obtaining that property is they have designs for in the future, next 5 years out, for the possibility of a storage facility. It'd be an enclosed storage facility here. Again, at that point in time, when they wish to go forward with it, they will be coming to the city planning commission and city commission for a rezoning, because there is going to be split zoning located on this lot. Right here is the split zoning location. They'll be coming back to for rezoning and likely a site plan for it. Mr. Van Keppel will retain these two lots here. This also lot 2, yes, lot 2 has split zoning now. It currently doesn't, but with this plat's approved, it will have split zoning. He has indicated his desire to, he has a previously approved development plan for a artist studio. He has indicated his desire to, in just a second, Sean is with us. Let me get Sean in here. Sorry, Sean. So I should get Sean in here. He has indicated his desire to move forward with doing his artist studio again. At such point in time as he wishes to do that, he will need to come also back to the planning commission to get the zoning, all those properties zoned the same thing, get rid of that split zoning, and likely to do a revised development plan as well. Ultimately, there's a tract A located here. It's on the other side of the creek. This is the creek center line right here. That is being shown as a tract because it's right now considered an undeveloped lot. The city right now maintains that property. The hope is, in discussions with Mr. Webb, that if he doesn't need that property, that he will transfer it to the city, and the city then can continue to maintain it. There are a number of easements that are encumbered by this plat. Probably the most significant one is the Evergy overhead line easements for it. Those are very restrictive. For those of you who did Mr. Webb's special use permit a number of years ago, you understand the limits and heights and things that can go underneath the transmission line easements. There's also a number of other existing easements that are shown on the plat, as well as this way, we're getting a dedication of new utility easements as well, perimeter utility easements via the plat also. The access to these lots at this point in time will not change. They will be the same. Again, if there's a change in access, most likely they'll need to come, whoever the property owner, respective property owner is, will need to come to the planning commission and city council for approval of a site development plan or a development plan for that. So again, really the main purpose of this is to facilitate the transfer of property amongst the different property owners. The property, except for there's only one lot on here that is currently platted, so this is unplatted property for the majority of it. So it definitely is a benefit to the city as well as the overall development patterns in the area to have this property platted. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions from the planning commission if you have any.
There is one.
You got any question, Mr.
Oh.
Dyer?
I have one. There's an easement that's marked as SE, that kind of looks like a hammer shape, kind of center right of the page. What is that easement serving?
Okay, let me see. That one, I may actually have Ryan. I think I know which one you're talking about. I may have Ryan. Ryan, are you with us? Did you have to step off?
I can handle that one, Ryan, if you're busy.
Go ahead, Patrick.
Okay, so
Is it this one? I'm sorry. Is it this
The one just to the right of it.
Okay. I think that maybe is that this one.
yeah, that's a permanent sanitary sewer easement.
Okay.
That's the purpose of that. There's no infrastructure in there right now, but when the lot that we are purchasing is developed, we need to be able to access the sanitary sewer interceptor, which runs north-south along Turkey Creek. And so that's to connect the facility to the interceptor with sewer lines.
Great, thank you.
Any further questions from other commissioners on board?
So Brian, you said that currently that tract A is owned by the city?
It is not. That is currently owned by Mr. Van Keppel.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
We are just maintaining it right now. So our hope is that, and we've had the discussion with with ultimately Mr. Webb about it. If he doesn't need it, obviously the hope is that he'll transfer that over to the city so we can maintain it by right. But if not, he's indicated he understands he'll have to maintain it.
Okay, great.
Does the applicant wish to make any presentation? Or further presentation?
We can if it would be beneficial. If people are interested, we can.
I think it's pretty straightforward, isn't it, Brian?
Yeah, it sure is. I think the big thing is, like I said, it's obviously a benefit to everybody to get this platted, and each one of the property owners, each of the three property owners, have intentions for the property in the future, but all of those things do need to come back to you all ultimately, as well as the city commission for your all's review and approval.
I guess I'll make a motion that we approve application PA 23-000004 Myers Estates third and final plat at the southeast corner of 67th and Farley. And I don't think there are any staff recommendations there.
There are those conditions of approval.
Oh, yeah, so with the staff recommendation listed.
I'll second that motion.
Any further discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Business from the floor. Mr. Dyer.
I just say, those of us, the applicants, now, if you'd like, you can hang around for my 2 cents, or you can call it a night. So again, appreciate you all being here, the applicants. Really, what I have this evening is just general updates. The library continues to go along at pace. They're looking again to meet their anticipated opening hopefully by mid next year. So it's if you haven't had a chance to see that facility, go by and check it out. If you really want to see it, you can come into City Hall. I'll take you up to the break room, and you can look down on top of it, because they're putting in some of the soils and stuff. So for the live roof, so it is really a neat project. So, but that's going forward and making as per the timeline. The hospital continues to go along fine with the new cancer center. Merriam Grand Station, there is a lot going on Shawnee Mission Parkway. They have a lot of activity, a lot of things are going on. If you haven't noticed, EV at Shawnee Mission Parkway southbound is closed. They're in the process of having to make utility connections, or also, if you recall, they're going to have to widen that side of the street, south side of Shawnee Mission Parkway, so they're making preparations for that. And to make things even more fun over there, KDOT is in the process of doing a mill and overlay of Shawnee Mission Parkway. So, moral of the story is, if you can avoid Shawnee Mission Parkway, you probably should avoid Shawnee Mission Parkway at this point in time. So, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of great stuff. When it gets done, it's going to be fantastic, but obviously, to get it done does take some inconveniencing of drivers and things like that. So, we also continue to move forward and are working with Evergy for for a proposal for the undergrounding of the utilities to bring forward to the City Council. I'm hoping to get it before by the end of the year. So we're still going forward with that, but still is something that we are working on. We are also, as you all have been aware of, working on downtown Merriam. Worked on Merriam Drive, did some designs, and had some plans for Merriam Drive. Continue to work with the Corps of Engineers on what their plans are for the Upper Turkey Creek flood mitigation project. The Corps of Engineers is continuing to evaluate the options for the flood mitigation. So based upon their continued evaluation, the city has put the Merriam Drive improvements on hold. Obviously, it doesn't make sense to do improvements to the Merriam Drive if for some reason what the Corps wants to do or proposes to do that impacts Merriam Drive. So made a decision, push pause on the Merriam Drive improvements for now. We're hoping that in the next 12 months we'll have more information and have some real direction as to how the Corps plans to proceed with or would like to proceed with the Upper Turkey Creek flood mitigation project. So those are the things we have cooking right now, and if I'd be happy to answer any questions about anything if any planning commissioners have one.
Only if the developer at Grand Station is thinking about putting a bridge or a walkway bridge over Shawnee Mission Parkway for walker traffic between all of the massive number of amenities that we've created in Merriam around our community center, etc., to get to those facilities.
I can't remember if we've had this discussion before at the Planning Commission, but Planning Commissioners may recall the Shawnee Mission Parkway corridor study as one of the grand ideas, one of the grand plans they had in there, is the idea of doing a connection underneath Shawnee Mission Parkway between the north and the south side. that may not be feasible, but I would say, very preliminarily, there is thoughts, ideas of possibly doing some sort of connection between the two properties. But once the library moves out, we'll see who ends up purchasing the library property and see how things move forward. But yes, it isn't staff's thought process of maybe trying to get some sort of connection between those two properties. Whether it happens or not, it's another thing. But yeah, we definitely are sensitive to the fact that that's a very busy street, very large street to cross, and it would be nice to have another way for pedestrians to get across it.
And that's the only reason I bring it up, is to keep it alive and in the mind.
Thank you.
We'll be looking at purchasing the old library area or not.
I do not believe the city is. The city, I do think there's interest from private entities in that property. What I do not know is how the county plans to disperse of that property. But yes, I believe there is interest from private developers on it.
Just the pause on the work on Merriam Drive, is that impacting the water utility line underneath that as well being improved?
Yes, that will for sure. Because our hope plan is to do that in conjunction. Have Water One do the water line improvements before we do Merriam Drive improvements. So I would guess that is the case. I've not been told otherwise.
Okay. I guess that takes care of old business also. Do I have a second for adjourn? Or a motion, sorry.
So move.
Seconded. Second.
This meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening. And Dirk, I see you just jumped on. Just to let you know, Dirk, the plat was approved. No questions, no modifications. So it got approved, Dirk. So, yeah. Thanks, everybody. You guys have a great evening. And Bill, did you want to continue your discussion here?
Recording stopped.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let me get everybody off here, and then, yeah, Bill, we can have our AED discussion continue. So, good night again, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Trying to get rid of myself. Oh.
Hey, Bill, actually, probably it'd be better. Are you going to be around tomorrow?
Yeah, I think I am for a little while. Yeah.
But I just broke my phone. Oh, here it is. Let me see what my schedule is. Maybe best just for me to give you a call, Bill. Then I can
It's like she's gone.
Nope, we still got folks here. Let me just give you a call tomorrow, Bill.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm around tomorrow. I'll try to give you, what time's a good time in the morning to give you a call? 9?
Right. 10:30.
All right, 10:30. I will give you a call then, Bill.
All right, thank you.
Good evening. Take care.
Yep, you too. Bye.